this week's Goddess Energy Forecast, where each week we share with you divine guidance on where you need to place your attention, your focus, your energy, and also bring through frequencies to help you heal, to inspire you, to empower you, and to uplift you. Here's your host, Abigail Mensah-Bonsu, with this week's Goddess Energy Forecast.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. Welcome to a new week. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am the founder of Moon Goddess Academy and Moon Goddess Publishing. And I work with women who are here creating bigger impact, to have big dreams. And what I do is bring in the spiritual tools that allows them and supports them in them stepping out into their purpose, in their process, feeling protected, confident, knowing that and understanding that there's so much more supporting them in a spiritual sense that they can harness and bring through to support them on their journey. And of course, I'm simplifying it. My energy is in the goddess energy, is like rooted in the goddess energy. And I bring through light activations, DNA activations. My energy is activating. It moves you away from, it basically pushes you away from the stuckness, the boxes, and into that freedom, a place where you truly experience all that you are unlimitedly. So I love what I do. Most of what I do is in the spiritual realm. When I'm talking to my clients, when I am coaching, there's so much more that happens energetically as I am connecting with them. I love what I do, and I've seen massive transformations in the women that I work with. So if you're feeling called to work with me, don't overthink it. There's a reason why you are called to work with me. I am not here to work with everybody. My energy is not for everybody. And so those who are drawn to me, there's a reason why you're drawn to me. So let's do this. Let's get you out of that stuckness. Let's get you in a place where you're like, I know who I am. I know what I came here to do. And I have all the support, both spiritually and physically, to guide me on my way. You feel me? All right, so let's talk about this week, shall we? So we are riding on the full moon in Sagittarius energy, which was on Saturday. But we know that with these full moons and new moons, we can feel the energy 3 days before and up to 4 days after. So we're still in that energy. So if you haven't set any intentions or done any releasing, you can still do it this week. We're still in the full moon energy. Sagittarius really brings in this lightness. You know, the Sagittarius, like the adventurer, the playful. It was like the playful adventurer. That's what's coming through, right? So this is kind of like the energy, but I'm also getting the picture of, holding the bow and the arrow and targeting. It's like having your intentions and shooting it up into the stars so that it can manifest. So think about that. What big intentions do you have that you're ready to surrender? You're ready to release to the universe, to the divine, to your team, to co-create with you, co-manifest with you. So we're still riding on that full moon in Sagittarius energy. The other aspect of this is that this is the first full week of June. So we have fully stepped into the energy of growth, which is activating the growing self. So it's asking yourself, what part of my life, and I talked about this a little bit in last week's energy forecast, what part of my life do I need to place the fertilizer so they can grow? What experiences do I want to put more energy into it so they can grow, right? We have reached the season where things begin to grow. So wherever you put that nourishment, that's where the growth is. And the nourishment comes in terms of where you place your energy. We know energy speaks. Energy speaks greater than anything else. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I can get to know someone by just looking at their energy so much more than what their words will say. Energy speaks, and wherever we place our attention, however we feel, wherever we place our thoughts and our emotions is where growth will happen. So be conscious. Where would you like to place your attention? Where would you like to place your energy so that you can see more of that growth? If you want to grow a lemon tree, place your energy there. If you want to grow an orange tree, place your energy there. But if you focus on the weeds that are overtaking your garden, then that's what is going to grow more. And before you know it, the weeds will strangle the plant that you really want to have in your garden. So be conscious in choosing where you place your energy, because this whole month is like a fertilizer in our garden, in our inner garden, right? Is just going in, and we get to choose where we place the fertilizer. Right. So it's about growth this month. So we're really going to begin to see this. And I love that we begin like this month of growth with the full moon, right? Because it really allows us, it illuminates what needs to go. It illuminates the weeds in our garden. It's so interesting I'm talking about this because we've been actually just pulling weeds like crazy. It's been rainy here. There, plants are thriving, including weeds as well. And we've been pulling a lot of weeds from our garden, So this is kind of like, what is also happening in the inside. So the full moon comes in to illuminate your garden and show you, what do you want to grow? Are these weeds? Are these thoughts, programs, beliefs? Are these yours? Do you want those to continue growing in your garden? Or is it time for you to remove it? And the beauty of it is that once you recognize, with the help of the illumination of the moon, you can see what no longer works. And once you see it, you have the support. You have the spiritual support to come in to help you remove the weeds once and for all. You can always call on your divine team, right? Your higher self. You can call on divine to come in. You can connect to the earth energies, the divine mother, to help you remove these roots of limiting beliefs, of programmings that are not even yours, that are holding you back, of emotions that have been stuck within you and holding you back, of thought patterns that are not of the highest good for you. This is what this full moon is really blessing us with. And I love, 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 love that we started this powerful month with the ability to remove and let go of what no longer serves us. So ask yourself, this week you're going to start feeling, you're going to start seeing, there are going to be things that start to come into your awareness where you're like, I'm tired of this. I'm done with this. I'm done with it. So that's the first step. You're done with it. Second step is ask for spiritual guidance and help. The reason why I say spiritual guidance and help is this. We are in a 7 year, and 7 is a very spiritual number. This whole entire year, we're going to be having such big influxes of spiritual energies coming in to help us to purify, shift, release, expand, and grow. And of course, activate us too, right? Spiritual energies always activate us. And it is through that activation that we get to release, expand, grow, all that beautiful stuff. So this whole year, we are feeling spirit like no other before. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Our spiritual gifts are coming online, are being clarified and purified, right? Our guides and guardians are stepping forward more clear and more powerfully than we've ever experienced. Now, if you haven't noticed this, let this be a reminder for you to open up to your divine team. Because here's the thing. We all come in with amazing team, badass, powerful team, divine team, consisting of angels, archangels, animal guides, crystals, crystal energies, plant medicine. We have ascended masters. We have spirit guides. We have ancestors. We have a whole team, and we all have that, but they cannot overstep and show up. We have to open up to them and say, hey, I am ready for your guidance. I am ready for your help. Please help me. We have to call them in. Otherwise, they're just standing around us. And for majority of the people, like I look at them and I look at the the badass team around them, and they're not even aware of them. And the team are just like hoping that one day they'll be like, oh, look at what I have. Oh my gosh, I am not on this path alone. I am not doing this alone. We're not meant to do that. That's why we come in with such badass support group around us. So if you haven't tapped into that, it is time. It is more than time. And you might actually be getting some, what do I call it, like a cosmic pimp slap from them. Like, hey, we're right here. Wake up to us. Do you see us? We can help you. Stop it. Right? From this point moving forward, the spiritual energies get more powerful and more powerful. Even if this year wasn't a year 7, look in the past years. There's something about when we hit the second half of the year, you can feel it grow. I don't know about you. I can. You can really feel it grow, and you can see it through the powerful portals that come through, like the Lionsgate portal, the 7/7 portal, the 11/11 portal, the 12/12 portal, right? The 9/9 portal. They all get more and more intense spiritually, bringing through really massive spiritual energies to support us. So you take that and then you amplify it in that 7 energy. I hope you're ready. It's going to be a wave of awakening that we haven't experienced in a long time. Let's just put it that way. It's coming through so clearly. I am like so excited to see how this like transpires, how this manifests into our lives. How this manifests in your life. How this manifests in my life. From this point moving forward, it's like my spiritual eye gets clearer and clearer and clearer. Because there's more spiritual energies coming through. It just gets more and more intense as we get closer to the end of the year. And then having it being amplified by that 7 frequency energy of the year. So pay attention. We've entered the month of growth, being fully amplified by the spiritual energies of 7. We're being asked to awaken to our spiritual team, our spiritual connection, and lean more into that. Here's the thing. We create our dream life, dream experiences, by first creating it in the heavens. As above, so below. As within, so without. It begins above. You create it in the spiritual realm. And then it manifests, it roots down into the physical. And from there manifests into your life. You see the life that you desire within your heart, within yourself. You feel it. You think about it. You're in alignment with it. It cannot help but manifest physically for you. We do not create from the physical to the spiritual. We create from the spiritual into the physical. The spiritual roots down into earth. Heaven roots into earth. Think about that. Most people spend their time trying to make things happen physically. And it makes it harder. It makes it harder. If you merge those two, if you connect your channel and you're aware of your spiritual connections and your spiritual self, and you bring it all, you anchor it into the physical, and then you begin to move from there. This is what I call easeful manifestation. It doesn't mean you're not going to get challenges. The challenges come, but you have the tools to move through any mountains that come your way, to break through any boulder that is in your way. your spiritual beingness, is highlighted, illuminated this second half of the year. Especially if you have been ignoring, that the first half of the year is going to be so intense that you have no choice but to cultivate your spiritual self, to cultivate your inner world. There will be many people wakening up into their spiritual gifts. Even if you know your spiritual gifts, you might be getting a new one. I remember when I thought all of mine, like I was done, I got all of it. Well, guess what? I started speaking light language. There's going to be massive spiritual awakening, a wave of it. And that includes everybody, whether you've been spiritual or not. We're all going to be opening up, because that's just what spiritual frequencies do. They're activating like that. So this week, simply just pay attention. Pay attention to what is being illuminated to you that you are ready to release. That's the first thing. And then once you've cleared the space, then begin to dream about what you want to experience. And I know you know what you want. You might be afraid to speak it out loud or share that, but you know what is pulsating within your heart, what you are itching to experience in this life. Find someone you trust to share it with. Write it in your journal. Do some mirror work and tell yourself in the mirror. Or speak it, tell yourself in the mirror. Or write it down and burn it. Or go to a tree, go to nature and go speak to a tree about it. I'm telling you. I just gave this assignment to my Goddess Unleashed students last weekend to go do that, where they wrote down their, the dreams that they need support on. And they connected with a tree and shared that with a tree. It was so powerful. I did it myself. I also did it too. All the homeworks that I give my students, I do it. Because, I was laughing at myself last week because, I wonder how many people listen to their teachings, listen to their videos, their meditations. Because what I realize is this, when I'm talking like this, most of the time I'm channeling. And I find it's like I'm watching myself, listening to myself. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. And so when I re-listen, like when I'm editing these videos, like I'm listening to the entire thing. And I'm picking up what I need from these messages. It fascinates me. And that is the life of a channel. The messages that come through us, yes, we are blessed. We are blessed with the messages and the activations and the frequencies that we are transmitting. But if you're a channel, are you paying attention to what you're bringing through? Are you applying it to your life? I find myself taking my own advice. And most of the time, I have conversations with myself, with my higher self. And I'll ask myself a question, taking a deep breath in, and then allow the answer to come through me. For some people do it through automatic writing, where they ask a question, write it down, and then they begin to just write and see what comes through. I speak it. Channelers, you've been on my heart lately. I'm preparing something for you all, or, those of you who know you're a channel, but perhaps you have shut it down. Speaking about gifts awakening, right? Or being purified and clarified. If you're a channel and you have shut it down out of fear or out of not knowing what to do with it, or you want to understand what it means to a channel, I have something I'm preparing for you. I'm going to be doing a 5-day challenge, a channeling challenge, where I will be teaching you tools that protect the channel, blesses the channel, anchors the channel, and activates the channel. Because the question comes down to this when it comes to channeling. It's not about who I'm channeling. It's about what message is coming through. What message am I here to bring through for humanity? It's about what message, what codes we carry that we're here to transmit. And majority of channelers focus more on who they should be channeling. And this puts them in danger. Most people don't realize that when you open your channel and you don't anchor it into your own divine light, you're opening up to everything. And that is so dangerous. So I'm going to be teaching about that. Okay, I'm going to be talking about this in the 5-day challenge. So stay tuned. It's going to be happening this month. The moment I have it done, I will invite you all. It's a free challenge. If you know you're a channel, or even if you are a channel and you've been doing it for a long time, trust me, you will benefit from it. So stay tuned. Woo! All right, so let's go ahead and get centered. Close your eyes, taking a deep breath in into your heart, into your body. Allow that fresh oxygen to move through you, removing any old stagnant energies. Yes, our breath is so powerful in removing old stagnant energies. Bring your awareness into your heart and begin to see your own divine light shining right at the center of your heart. And with each breath, this light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. From your heart, go ahead and send that light channel all the way up into the heavens. Let it go all the way up and let it anchor into the heart of Source above, whatever that looks like. For me, it always looks like a golden ball of light, and I just plug right into the center. The moment you do, go ahead and open up your channel and allow that light to flood down into you and around you. Let it go all the way down. Let it anchor into your heart, moving through your stomach, through your legs, out through your feet, and let it create roots of light. Allow these roots of light to enter into the earth, all the way down, moving through all the layers until you reach the center of the earth. And again, see that heart of the Divine Mother and plug right into the center of her heart. She's already ready to receive you. And again, open up your roots and begin to drink in that Divine Mother's love and support. Bring it up through your roots, through your feet, through your legs, your thighs. Bring it all the way up. Let it anchor into your heart and then continue all the way up. Let it fill your entire body, moving through all your cells. And now bring your awareness into your heart. Call in your higher self into your heart. Acknowledge your higher self's arrival. And now see all three lights. So the light from the Divine Father above, the light from the Divine Mother below, and your own divinity through your higher self. Begin to see all three flames of light merge together, creating one potent, powerful ball of light. And this ball of light begins to grow and grow and grow until it creates a beautiful crystalline bubble of light all around you. And breathe into the space where you're connected to above, below, your own center. Breathe. And then ask yourself this question: how can I best direct my energy this week? How can I best direct my energy this week? 1, 2, or 3. Once you received your number or numbers, go ahead and take in a deep breath in. Let go. Open your eyes, ready to receive your guidance for this week. Are you ready to receive your card for the week, your support? So I'm using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. I love this deck. Love, love, love it. Okay. So if you received one, you are working with the eagle this week. And the eagle is asking you to see from a higher perspective. Here we go. Look at things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. So a little bit about the eagle in animal medicine. So both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. He is a powerful, strong, and courageous guide who is able to see for miles. He approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the eagle card appears for you, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. So here is the message. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of the Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. Card number 1, Eagle Medicine. Work with the eagle this week. Okay, very powerful. Let's move to card number 2. If you receive 2, this week you're working with the shapeshifter. And the shapeshifter says, transform and unveil your gifts. Transform and unveil your gifts. Take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strengths. A little bit about this card. So in shamanic traditions, a shapeshifter is either an animal that has the capacity to change between species or a shaman who has the capacity to transform into an animal to go journeying. If there is a wild animal you are particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you can transform into one in your meditation or journeying practice to go exploring in the other worlds. When you shift into an animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and tap into the animal's survival skills to help yourself through a particular situation. So I love, first of all, I see the eagle is the biggest one on here, right? With the wings around the guy. And then you have the wolf in front. Those are the two animals that I'm really seeing. And then you see like a faint outline of a snake also in the picture. But the eagle is the biggest one. I love that connection between the first card and this one. So here is your message, my dear. You may have been through many challenges and lows, but now you are in a space of transformation. You are moving beyond your past challenges and honing your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover the gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. All of your past experiences have only helped you see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform in ways that people least expect. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You are guided to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When you receive this card, there's also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note, if you are seeing a particular animal regularly, because its medicine is coming to you. So pay attention to the animals that show up for you this week. They are your guides. I love this card. I feel like this is my card. This is my card. You know, my animal guide for the year is the butterfly. And she came in as Butterfly Woman. And so that's who I'm working with. But there are other animal guides that have been popping in to support me through each of the step on my journey. So pay attention to yours. Do you have an animal guide walking with you all year, or maybe some monthly thing, right? But pay attention to these animals that come to you to work with you and support you. Card number 2, Shapeshifter. Take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strength this week. And the last card, I love this card, Dragon Energy. If you receive 3, you're working with the Shaolin Master. Heck yeah. And he says, be graceful in movement and action, slow and steady, breath and flow. Take a gentler approach. So a little bit about this card. The Shaolin Master calls forth the ninja within. Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and to tap into the energy running through your body and preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. It also teaches subtlety, because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you are working on. The Shaolin Master, like a monk, has respect for all things. He is disciplined and guided by his art, and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. Here's the message. You are being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down this week, or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. So as I'm reading this, I had the image of, if you receive this card, check out Qigong practices, because that's exactly it was what it reminds me. It's like a dance, a warrior dance, but it's really about connecting to the energetic flow in your body, tapping into the cosmic flow, the earth, the cosmic energies, the earth energies, and merging with that, bringing it into your body to help you heal, using your breath to connect. It is so powerful. So if you receive card number 3, check out Qigong practices. There's a reason why I didn't say martial arts, because that's more of that fiery aspect of it, where it's like, that's not what this card is talking about. Qigong, if you've done Qigong before, you see it's like martial arts, but slow down in a way that you can truly feel and experience the essence of the movement and your breath. It is so beautiful and powerful. In grad school, in Chinese medicine school, that was my favorite class. And it's something that we did every Friday. We'd all come together, and, it's a class that we all took. And I couldn't wait. It was a great way for me to end the week. And I just loved it. I loved how it merged spiritual practices with the physical practice. Anything that merges those two, it makes me very happy. So another one is Kundalini yoga, right? It merges, really bringing the body into the spiritual practice. So we would, speak the mantras, and at the same time, we're like doing something like a workout, I remember doing Kundalini practice the first time I joined it. I think it was like a 6-week program thing. I was like, oh, it's like meditating, oh man, I challenged myself. Let's just say that, right? So any practice that allows you to bring in your body, use your breath to connect to the earth energies and the heaven energies through flow is going to be key for you this week. But remember to breathe. But check out Qigong. You can go on YouTube and Google Qigong. There's tons of beautiful practices that you can do this week to help you. Remember, there's time for us to meditate, to receive. And there's time where we can combine both meditation and movement, because you're bringing in the physical body. And as you move, as you allow the body to flow, you're also allowing the cosmic and earth energies to also flow through you, removing blockages and also bringing in new energy so that you can move forward. So if you receive this card, this is powerful for you. Definitely do some movement, meditation, movement. Go look for Tai Chi or Qigong, okay? And then do that. Incorporate that this week. Just this week. After this week, if you're like, okay, I'm good, it's okay. It's going to help you move clear, and then move forward. Ooh, I'm feeling that. My card is number 2, but this card is fiery. Maybe it's a dragon in there. But it feels really good. But I also understand what it's like to merge those two. Merge heaven and earth within your body by moving, right? By moving your body, moving the energies through your body. It's so powerful. So taking a deep breath in. Thank your guardian for this week, whether that was the eagle, the shapeshifter, or the Shaolin master guiding you this week. Thank them for showing up for you. And perhaps maybe, as you're listening to this, you're already receiving the guidance. I would love to hear from you. Which of these cards resonated with you? Share that with me. And if you know anyone who could benefit from this week's Goddess Energy Forecast, feel free to share it with them. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast or my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that and support me, because the more people can receive this message, the more the frequency can move forward and bless more people. So again, taking a deep breath in and out. Allow your message to anchor into every cell within your being. Allow yourself to receive the help and the guidance and the support that is here for you this week. Allow yourself to receive the blessings that come with it. Taking a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Thank you so much for receiving this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. And again, look out for the channeling challenge that is coming up. Once I am done with it, I'm so excited. It's so fun creating this, Once I'm done with that, I will share with you the invitation with you so you can come join me. It is a free challenge for anyone who is ready to embrace their soul gift as a channel, to learn more about this gift, and also to learn the mechanisms that come with it, the protection, all the things that come with this soul gifts, or to get that activated in them. If you're someone who's drawn to channelers, you find them fascinating, most likely you have that gift too. So look out for that. All right, my loves. Until next time, from my heart to yours, have a wonderful week.